Hello Africa, my name is Hafeestonova.
My name still remains Naayaa.
This is Icons of Africa.
And today, we'll be talking about Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut was the fifth pharaoh of the 18th Dynasty of Egypt. She was the second historically confirmed female pharaoh. She came to the throne of Egypt in 1478 BC. Her rise to power was noteworthy as it required her to utilize her bloodline, education, and an understanding of religion.
Her bloodline was impeccable as she was the daughter, sister, and wife of a king. Her understanding of religion allowed her to establish herself as the god's wife of Anom. Officially, she jointly ruled with Thutmose III, who had ascended to the throne the previous year as a child of about 2 years old. She was the chief wife of Thutmose II, Thutmose III's father. She is generally regarded by Egyptologists as one of the most successful pharaohs, reigning longer than any other woman of an indigenous Egyptian dynasty.
Hatshepsut re-established the trade networks that had been disrupted during the Hyksos occupation of Egypt during the Second Intermediate Period, thereby building the wealth of the 18th Dynasty. She oversaw the preparations and funding for a mission to the land of Punt. This trading expedition to Punt was roughly during the 9th year of Hatshepsut's reign.
She was one of the most prolific builders in ancient Egypt, commissioning hundreds of construction projects throughout both Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. Arguably, her buildings were grander and more numerous than those of any of her Middle Kingdom predecessors.
During her reign, so much statuary was produced that almost every major museum with ancient Egyptian artifacts in the world had Hatshepsut's statuary among their collections. Following the tradition of most pharaohs, Hatshepsut had monuments constructed at the Temple of Karnak. She also restored the original precinct of Mut, the ancient great goddess of Egypt, at Karnak that had been ravaged by the foreign rulers during the Hyksos occupation.
In comparison with other female pharaohs, her reign was much longer and more prosperous. She was successful in warfare early in her reign, but generally she is considered to be a pharaoh who inaugurated a longer peaceful era. She re-established international trading relations lost during the foreign occupation by Hyksos and brought great wealth to Egypt. The wealth enabled her to initiate building projects that raised the caliber of ancient Egyptian architecture to a standard comparable to classical architecture that would not be rivaled by any other culture for 1,000 years. She managed to rule for more than 20 years.
Hatshepsut died as she was approaching what we could consider middle age, given typical contemporary lifespans, in her 22nd regnal year. The precise date of Hatshepsut's death is considered to be the year 22 of her reign, or 16 January 1458 BC. In June 2007, there was a discovery made in the Valley of the Kings. A mummy was discovered in the tomb of Hatshepsut's royal nurse, Sete-In. A tooth fragment found in a jar of organs was used to help identify the body to be Hatshepsut.
If the recent identification of her mummy is correct, however, the medical evidence would indicate that she suffered from diabetes and died from bone cancer, which had spread through her body while she was in her 50s. It also would suggest that she had arthritis and bad teeth. That's all on today's episode of Icons of Africa.
Remember, if you are a fan of this content, kindly hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel. Bye-bye.